every soul. Family ties, tangle, spaghetti in a maze. Growing up in this world of non-stop craze. Through Wonderland's gates we unlock the scene. Heartfelt confessions mixed with caffeine. Identity a mirror, emotions on the grind. Relationships weave webs tangled in the mind. Dad had a dad joke, mom had a battle cry. Bro screaming GTA, sister waving goodbye. Chaos at the dinner table, feelings hit the wall. Trying to grow tall, but the ceiling's way too small. Through Wonderland's gates we unlock the scene. Heartfelt confessions mixed with caffeine. Identity a mirror, emotions on the grind. Relationships weave webs tangled in the mind.
Welcome back to Wonderland Unlocked. Today's episode is titled Curiouser and Curiouser When Your Childhood Memories Don't Match Theirs. If you've ever shared a memory from your past only to be met with denial, dismissal, or complete confusion, this episode's for you. We're entering the land of mixed-up timelines, blurred recollections, and the deep emotional disorientation that comes when your truth isn't just ignored, it's rewritten. It's like trying to explain the rules of Wonderland to someone who insists they've never seen a talking rabbit. But you know what you saw. You remember the tea party, the tears, the silence, the chaos. So what happens when your memories don't match theirs? When your story is called dramatic, wrong, or made up? Let's walk together through that strange, painful, confusing space and start reclaiming the truth that only you can name. Let's start here. Memory is a strange thing. It's slippery, emotional, sometimes fragmented. But even so, it's real, especially when it's attached to how you feel. Now, imagine holding a memory in your hand, something that shaped you. Maybe it was a birthday party where everyone forgot to include you. Maybe it was that car ride where the silence was heavier than the air. Maybe it was the screaming, or the absence, or the moment you realized you were on your own. And now, imagine sharing that memory with your family. And they say, "That didn't happen. You're exaggerating. You always remember things wrong." The mirror cracks because when your memory is denied, it's not just the moment they're rejecting. It's you. It's your experience, your perception, your truth. What's a memory you've held onto that no one else seems to recall the same way? How did it shape you? In Wonderland, Alice often gets told she's wrong, that she's imagining things, that she's not remembering the right version of the story. And honestly, that's what it feels like when your childhood memories get dismissed. It's not always intentional. Sometimes it's defense. Sometimes it's shame. Sometimes it's someone not wanting to admit the impact of their actions. But it doesn't matter why, because the result is the same. You start to question yourself. Was it really that bad? Am I too sensitive? Did I make it up? This is what gaslighting can look like in families. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's just silence, a shrug. That's not how I remember it. And suddenly, you're lost in the garden, trying to follow a trail of memory breadcrumbs, while everyone else insists that there was never a trail to begin with. I remember sharing a moment with a family member once, something I thought we both lived through. I brought it up gently, thoughtfully, and they laughed. Not a joyful laugh, that never happened kind of laugh. And I felt erased. Like I had slipped out of time. Like my memory didn't count. Like I didn't count. It took me a long time to understand that just because they didn't remember it didn't mean it wasn't real. What parts of your story have you had to protect because others wouldn't hold them with care? Let's get curious, because this episode is called Curiouser and Curiouser. After all, why do people remember things so differently? Part of it is perspective. Part of it is self-protection. Sometimes people literally cannot face what they did or what they allowed, so they rewrite it. They minimize it. They reshape the past into something they can live with. But your brain, your body, they remember the truth. Even if your timeline is fuzzy, even if the details are unclear, even if it happened when you were too young to name it, your feelings are valid. Your confusion is valid. And your memory, even if imperfect, is real. You don't need photographic memory to know you were hurt. Sometimes your body holds memories that your mind can't articulate. Look into heartbeat when a certain voice raises, the way your stomach knots when you visit home, the feeling of shrinking in a room without knowing why. That's not fiction. That's history. Our bodies keep the score. And if your family refuses to read that book, it doesn't make it any less true. You don't have to prove your pain to anyone. What does your body remember that no one else seems to? Where does that memory live in you? So what do you do when your memories don't match theirs? When no one else remembers what shaped you? You remember anyway. You trust yourself. You stop needing consensus to validate your truth. You might write it down. You might share it with someone safe. You might speak it out loud in a room where only your voice echoes back. That counts. That heals. That matters. Say this with me. I remember what I remember. I don't need to be believed to be valid. I trust the version of me who lived through it. I don't owe my memories to anyone else's comfort. My story matters, even if it doesn't match theirs. The curious thing about healing is that it doesn't always look like reconciling with your past. Sometimes it can look like reclaiming it, taking the tangled, chaotic, sometimes painful memories and building something new. A new narrative, a new self, a new family, chosen, tender, honest. You don't have to stay trapped in the version of the story that they gave you. You're allowed to write new chapters that honor who you've become. To everyone who has ever felt erased, rewritten, or misunderstood, I see you. You are not dramatic. You are not making it up. You are not wrong. Your memories may not match theirs, but that doesn't mean yours don't matter. Sometimes being curiouser and curiouser just means learning to trust your own voice, even when no one else hears it. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Wonderland Unlocked. If this spoke to you, take a breath. Let your younger self know I believe you. And if you want to share your story on your terms, my door is open. Until next time, keep remembering, keep growing, and stay you.